our Cerdd NPT Viola Grade 1 videos. Today we're going to have a little look at the piece Minuet, which is one of the songs that you should have been learning in school with your viola teacher. So, grab your viola, get your music, and let's go! Let's have a little look at the piece Minuet in a little bit more detail before we play it through together. So at the very start of our piece of music, we have two numbers, 3, 4. This part of the music is our time signature. Now 3, 4 means that we've got 3 crotchet beats in every bar. At the start of every line, we have 2 sharp signs, and that part of the music is called the key signature. These signs stand for F sharp and C sharp, and that tells us that this piece of music is in the key of D major. We also need to look through the music to see if there are any signs or symbols that we are unsure of before we start to play. At the beginning of the first line, you can see that there's a down bow sign, so we need to make sure that our bow is at the heel and we pull down with our arm on the first note. Again, we have another down bow marking at the start of our third line, so we need to make sure again that we're starting on the correct part of our bow. When we get to the end of the fourth line, we can see the phrase D.C al fine. That stands for da capo al fine. Now that means when we get to the end of the fourth line, we need to da capo, which means go back to the beginning again, and play until the fine at the end of the second line, which means finish. So in this piece, we play from the beginning all the way through to the end of the fourth line, back to the beginning again, and we finish at the end of the second line. In the third line of Minuet, we've got some curved lines joining together some of our quaver notes. Now these are called slurs, and this is when we have to play the 2 notes joined together in the same bow stroke. Now this can be a little bit tricky. So when we come on to play the piece together later, if you'd like to pause and rewind on this third line a few times so that you can really give those slurs a good try, you are more than welcome to do so. Another really important part of the music that we need to look at before we can play it are the dynamic marks. Now the dynamics in the music tell us how loud or quiet we should be playing. At the very beginning, we've got the letters M, F, which stand for mezzo forte, which means to play moderately loud. At the start of the third line, we've got the letter P, which stands for piano, which means to play quietly. On the second bar of the last line, you can see the word cresque, which stands for crescendo, which means to gradually get louder. We're going to play through the piece Minuet together now with the piano accompaniment. Make sure you've got your viola ready and that your music is somewhere that you can see it clearly. Be extra careful of your 4th fingers on the D string for the note A. Make sure that your little finger is extended all the way up to your 4th finger sticker. I'll count 1 bar and then we'll begin. 1, 2, 3. Getting to the end of that one. It's a really tricky piece, isn't it? Especially with all of those 4th fingers that we've got to use and those slurs on the third line. Remember, if there's any part you'd like to try again, pause the video, go back and give it another go. as many times as you'd like. Remember, stay safe this week and keep practicing!